Welcome to the C.S. Joseph podcast. I'm your host, C.S. Joseph, because I like being obvious AF. And we're doing more acolyte questions, and today we have an INFP question. Thank God, because I need more variety. Very much variety. I hope I don't get any INTJ, ENTP questions for a minute, because, like, holy smokes, it's been really difficult. But yeah. So this particular question is that, how do I, as an INFP, plan my future after high school? And basically, this person's struggling because they have an I critic. People keep asking him, hey, what are you going to do after high school? What are you going to do? And he's just like, I have no freaking clue, man, because I have an I critic. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to give some tips on what an INFP can actually do in this situation. But before I do that, let's actually let's actually read the entire question in its entirety. Quote, I am often asked what I want to do after high school, or what I want to do when I'm older by family, and when I'm asked this question, my mind completely goes blank. It is only after the questioning ends that I ponder on what I want to do, which will usually remind me of what you said about INFPs, that if they put in the time and effort, can eventually get pretty good at day trading, predicting markets, and making wise financial decisions, which will inevitably lead to a really good income, which sounds very appealing to me. However, I don't have any knowledge of what to do to get to that point, so how can I guide myself to achieve this or any other goal? So, really, you got to recognize something. You have SI child, and really, in order to be able to get to a point, you need life experience. And at your age, you just don't have life experience as a high schooler. So you need to use your TE inferior, your extroverted thinking inferior. You need to sit down with a notepad and literally write down things that actually interest you. Like brainstorm. Use your NE parent to brainstorm and literally write down everything that you can think of that actually interests you. All of those things. Write them down. And then, as soon as you're done writing them down, the next step you need to do is use your extroverted thinking your FI hero, let's be honest, and rank them. Rank them from the most important to you to least important. And then once you've done that ranking, you need to write down why you chose that ranking. Why are they in this position? Why is this thing important to me at this particular rank? And let's say you wrote down 20 things. You need to put them in order from most important to least important, and actually write down why that's the case. Why you believe that about that. That way you can kind of see on paper where your FI hero is measuring certain things in terms of their importance to you. It's really, you have to do this in order to actually move on to the next step. Once you have that information, once you have all that information in one place, on a page, or it could be on a computer in a notepad file, it doesn't matter. But as long as you have that information all in one place, you can kind of begin to see where your priorities are for your life already. And then you can kind of go in that direction. Yeah, I mean, sure, making money may be pretty high, but really what you need to know is day trading, predicting markets, those kinds of things. While that is very interesting to you, is it actually listed in your priorities? Is it actually listed in things that are important to you, and why? Because if not, then that might be an unwise direction for you to go in. And you might want to look at your interests and be okay, hey, the next question you need to ask, which of my interests are actually monetizable? Which of these interests do I have that I could potentially teach somebody or become an expert in and use that to make money? Okay, so that's where you look at, this is where you're doing a feasibility study. You're doing a feasibility analysis at this point, which of these things can actually make money. Now, with that being said, you have to be educated on how to do feasibility. You need to actually know how to conduct business. So I highly recommend that you read the book Launch by Jeff Walker, 2nd edition. You can read the other books in the Entrepreneurship 15 located at csjoseph.life/reading, which has my library posted there of all the books I've read, although I haven't updated it in a year, and there's a whole bunch new set of books that need to be added. But with that being said, you'll start to see which of your interests are actually monetizable and what actually can be, literally, an income for you based on things that you actually already do. However, when you're brainstorming interests and you're ranking them, if you didn't have many interests, it just means you lack life experience. So you have to go spend a couple of years literally on self-exploration. Go get a dead-end job. seriously. And then just use all that time while you're working at that dead-end job, then in your off time, to do self-exploration. Go try out new things. It's like, it's kind of what I've been saying recently, like for, ESTPs, exposure therapy. Go expose yourself to new things that you've never actually done before, over and over and over and over again, basically. Expose yourself to martial arts. Expose yourself to wine. Expose yourself to, be legal about it, right? Expose yourself to tobacco. Expose yourself to trading cryptocurrency. Expose yourself to reading books. Expose yourself to being at a library for an entire week, reading different books. Go do things you've never done before so you can fill up your list and actually discover what your interests actually are. Anti-critic does have interests, but you're probably just so stuck in your comfort zone that you haven't spent any time actually exploring what those interests actually are. You see what I'm saying? So you need to give your anti-critic the opportunity to actually figure out what it wants, but the reason why you don't is because you don't have enough life experience. You don't have enough life experience because you're stuck in your comfort zone. So you need to get out of your comfort zone, okay, and do the opposite. Get more life experience. Exposure therapy. Go find things that you've never done. Go play pool. Learn how to play pool, okay? Just go do something. Go find something interesting and figure it out. Now, if day trading and predicting markets and making wise financial decisions is really cool for you, that's great. You should probably read some books. Hell, you should probably go to the Discord, or the C.S. Joseph Discord, and talk to Fib on there, who is an ENTP, and he's all about trading, and learn how to trade from him. As to why that guy hasn't created a course training people how to do trading properly and making a boatload of money off of that course. He could easily have a six-figure income with that right now. I don't know why he does it. I think he needs to read Launched by Jeff Walker, 2nd edition as well, and maybe both of you can do that together. But seriously, he's a community leader on the Discord. Talk to Fib. He's an ENTP, totally cool dude. He knows a lot about trading as a triple systematic ENTP. He'd be able to help you there. But the reality of the situation is you're going to have to read insane amounts of books, and you're going to have to practice, and practicing with an SE trickster is hard. But again, it's a form of exposure therapy. You just have to gain experience. That's it. You don't know what you want to do after high school because you lack life experience. It's that simple. That's the actual source of the problem, okay? And you said it yourself. It is only after the questioning ends, my family is questioning about me about what I want to do after high school, that I actually ponder on what I want to do. Well, that's the thing. You're not actually spending enough time pondering on what you want to do because you're too busy stuck in your SI child comfort zone. Get out of that comfort zone. Force yourself to do new things so that you have a lot to ponder about, okay? And the reason why you don't know what you want is because you're not spending enough time pondering. And you're not spending enough time pondering because you don't have enough to ponder about. And that's because you're too stuck in your comfort zone, okay? Again, exposure therapy. It's funny how I'm saying that relating to ESTPs as well, like the last ESTP video I did, because it's really the same thing. If you really have something that you're really truly interested in, you need to learn every facet about it. So to go do that and just become one with the thing. It's kind of like like when I'm in a sexual relationship with a woman, and I tell her I want to bathe, in you, basically, to just absorb and become one with her beauty. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of a thing, except what's beautiful to you is day trading, for example, and then you bathe in that. And that means you are completely inundated with everything. So why aren't you reading 20 books on the subject, right? Well, maybe it's because it's probably something you don't actually want to do because you haven't taken inventory of your interests. And if you take inventory of interests and you realize there's not very many interests, it's because you lack the life experience because you're too busy stuck in your comfort zone. So you need to go get the life experience, okay? So you can actually list what your interests actually are and then rank them and state why you're interested and then choose, while using the rubric provided in Launch by Jeff Walker, 2nd edition, that in that book you realize, okay, here's the thing that's most feasible for me to actually build my life on, this interest of mine that I could build my life on and make a lot of money and then financially free myself and not have a 9-to-5 job ever again. That would be excellent. That would be the case. So please be aware of all that. That's really the best way that I could have answered this question. That is how you can guide yourself to achieve this goal, good sir. So anyway, hopefully I answered your question appropriately. And folks, if you want your questions answered here on the CS Joseph podcast or on the YouTube channel, please go to csjoseph.life/members, become a member, a journeyman member, and then upgrade your account to Acolyte so you get one question that you can send to me every month, and I will do a video response to your question and share it with the rest of the audience. It's pretty awesome. So if you already are a journeyman member but not an Acolyte, go to csjoseph.life/portal and then upgrade your account from there to Acolyte. Just click on the Acolyte section and you're good to go. Also, if you have any other questions, just email support@csjoseph.life. The customer service team is pretty awesome. They will get you handled. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching and listening. Hopefully I answered the question properly. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever, please like and subscribe. Also on the YouTube channel, and leave your comments below. We read every single comment. So anyway, thanks for watching, listening. I'll see you guys tonight.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul.